Okay, hey there, Selective Collective. This is Kim. I'm feeling really in flow state to do this message for you all. Um, I got some downloads, so I want to give them to you. I just want to say a big disclaimer in the beginning. If I talk about health, that you always seek professional um, guidance, right? This is my experience, and these are the downloads that I've been getting recently, so I wanted to share them with you. But there is, there's a lot of different things coming in message wise. So the first thing that I was getting, okay, it's not really linear. It's not linear, but what I was mainly getting was that there are definitely intense energies here coming for sure, like stronger ones coming in the next few. Because I break my show, or this program, I like to do like 3 days at a time. I don't really like to go farther in it here lately, because the energy of how the energy has been, and how I'm working with it as much in the now moment as possible. There's just some different information that's coming in, but the energies are going to be really strong, and so there's going to be more symptoms from that, as you call them, ascension symptoms. If you I'm sure everybody that's here is going to want to accept light, and is going to want to accept more of a crystalline shape to your body, from carbon to crystalline, because of letting more light in. But ultimately, and I've talked about this before, so it's not new to you all if you've watched this, that it's breaking up what is dark or dense, which is old things, programs, fears, things that actually were making us sick. And so this brings it to the realm of health, especially when you're talking about physical symptoms. My experience is how I'm going to relay this message. So I have had many years working in health industry, and I also was one of those people that would you go to the doctor, right? Well, you just go to the doctor. Oh, you got something wrong? Don't complain to me. Just go to the doctor. You know what I mean? Like that type of energy. That was kind of what I lived in for a very, very long time. So in the beginning, I don't know if I can even say beginning. I'm sure it began before. But when this energy started coming on strong with me, which would probably be about 3 years ago, strong. That was mainly, I feel like that was the heart chakra opening, and it was scary. It was intense. It was, I felt it. It did have me going to the doctors, I say, because they sent me to a cardiologist, and so I'm definitely not telling you not to get something checked out if you feel like you need to, right? That was so intense that I probably would have anyway. Even if I thought, oh, I bet this is due to this. Even if I was conscious, I probably would have gone anyway, because that was so intense. So I don't know, but I feel like that type of intensity is probably done for the most of us. I'm kind of hesitant on saying that, because everybody has a different timeline for and different chakras or energy centers that they're going to be working on clearing as this light enters. This is the ascension. It's a big part of it. So what's coming up though is going to be even more intense, and that's why we've been preparing for so many years and trying to get in as many healthy foods as possible into our diet. Like it's about the balance. It's not about being, you could be a fanatic. I don't mind what path you choose, really, but I'm not a fanatic about that stuff. I just make sure I get it in my meal or my diet. And here's the thing though, is these energies ramping up, you're gonna really start to feel it when something isn't in balance with your body, like more so than ever. I would say even like feeling things like caffeine, which here I am with my coffee here in the morning, right? But feeling things like caffeine stronger, you might, because it's, I don't know, in a way, this is your body communicating to you through the whole process too. about what's good for it, what's not. If I used to just kind of run to the doctor whenever I had an issue or a symptom or something, but for a very, very long time now, it feels like for years now, a few years, I have been able to manage everything on my own, and through taking I take supplements for certain things. I don't, not to the point where I even think I need those necessarily. If I don't have to have them, it's not a big deal. So this is just what is happening to me, is feeling like the more interventions that we get sometimes, especially when we go somewhere and that person puts us on a medicine, and some of these medicines you're put on for long durations, and they can have very bad consequences. And that's not, I feel like I'm not telling you anything new here about pharmaceutical industries. We kind of all know about it. So instead of immediately kind of freaking out, which used to be my thing, just notice what is off or what feels to be off, and use your common sense. Like when it's when I have allergies, and it may turn into what you would think might be the beginning of an infection, where there's actual pain and tenderness, or swollen lymph node or whatever it is, I will head to the store and get more fruit immediately, because vitamin C is and it's good to get it all the time. These things don't happen as flare up as much illnesses, sicknesses, but they're just, the message is like to give it time. Get yourself some oranges, get yourself some orange juice, drink a little bit more water, make sure you're getting rest, and then see how you feel. Even within just 1 to 2 days, most of these things like clear up on their own. And you are the master healer of your body. You are. So I'm not telling you not to. I mean, that's not necessarily the message. The message is for you to listen to your own intuition, and but be aware of the fear programming that was put into us for many years of saying, oh no, you've got a problem we must fix or resist or block or something like that, instead of, okay, hang on, we have an issue, okay, it's a body, well, let's let it have a process, have a natural process. We kind of we got so good at technology that we just wanted to run in, jump in, and solve and treat right away. At the first sign. I mean, you always hear that, right? But my experience has been that things have even cleared out. Even when it came to my heart chakra, everything was fine with my heart, but everything was good. All tests were really good. But when I could feel, and it could have been anxiety, I'm not really sure, but when I could feel my heart feeling like it was a certain way that I didn't like or something like that, I don't know, I would eat a banana. I would try to see if potassium would help it. And I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, maybe more than that, those things help. So, because stuff that happens to us, is kind of normal. And after being in the health field, I see how very, very, very quick people are to run and say, hey, you need to help this. And if you don't help this, then I'm feeling like you're not doing a good job. When really the best job would be to leave some things alone and let it go and process and let your body deal with it. Sometimes these are deeply rooted emotional things that are being broken up, such as the beliefs and around the fear itself. And then at other times, it's very possible to have an issue and then go Google it up and then be like, oh God, now you've diagnosed yourself with 4 or 5 things, and guess what happens? Well, you're the master manifester, so they come true. The hypochondriacs always getting sick. That happened to me. Always making something always became something more, but it's because of a belief system that we hold. Ultimately, I think that we're going to get to the point, as radical as this is for me to say, that no matter what you do to yourself, if the belief is that this is hologram. And everything is a belief. Look at a little ant. Cute. I just picked those. Sorry. Yeah, our beliefs, deeply rooted, might get to the point one day where our belief will be actual alignment with our complete divinity hologram, and it won't matter what you actually put into your body. Maybe that will be a day, and maybe that would be considered your light body. Maybe that's what we're headed towards. All centered around a belief. The vitamin C definitely helps me, but I have a strong belief that it's going to help me. And to me, looking in, if I were an observer, I would say, well, I think that's really great that she could cure that with oranges. I think that's a really good thing. But I think it's even going to steer into something more than that one day, if you can imagine that. You're here to make believe. Make believe. You're here to turn your beliefs into that thing that you made. And most of it's collectiveness beliefs, right? We've seen this. So collectively, we're going to have to examine our beliefs. Every single thing. I've been shuffling long enough. Anyway, those are the information. Oh yeah, I did get another little download. I was doing sound healing on YouTube. I listened to Sapien medicine. It's like Homo sapiens, but it's SAPIEN medicine, and it is sound therapy using very different. It's not just like binaural beats, like it's something different. This person really knows, they knew what they were doing, and it works. So I've been using that, and then a message came to me from Spirit that said, what do you think the frequency is in your ears? What do you think it is that you're hearing when you hear those tones? Do you not realize, like they're saying, that we're sending you energy, we're sending you healing constantly for that's another message, was that they are sending so much support for your ascension, and so that you can get through the sometimes uncomfortable periods. Oh, that would be the uncomfortable period, wouldn't it? 5 of discs and the 5 of wands. Have to let go of this. This 5 of discs says worry on it. And this worry energy is coming from a need to control everything. Then we associate, when we feel like we can't control something, we're going to associate it with different emotions, different feelings, and this can really manifest full blown. This worry feeling of not having enough, of predicting that you're not going to have enough, or even the worry of a physical symptom, concentration, a hyper focus on it that ends up magnifying it. There's different ways to focus here, your concentration, because they're saying that focus, hyper focus, not always a bad thing in this energy, not always a bad thing. If you have the intention for surrendering, if you sit down with the intention of only focusing on the pain because you're relieving it, because you can get into a meditative state, you can say, okay, I'm going to visualize and feel this getting less and less. Or if we're feeling like there is some sort of material thing that we're wanting, we can get into a meditative state. We do this while you're walking. I mean, anything, painting, walking, drawing, anything, anytime when you're like very relaxed, where you can focus on these things that you feel you lack, but your goal is going to be to fill it up with what you already are working with. Fill up the areas you feel lack. So if you have access to the sunshine, then get out, lay out, and soak it up. And focus on that, filling up any areas that you feel lack, because you're concentrating then on the abundance of the sunlight, filling up places that you feel like you have lack. Anything that you're wanting in replacement, find it already around you, because it's there. Because it's there. As abundant as the oxygen that you breathe is your abundance. So you have something that you're wanting, you have something you're worried about, or you're needing something. Breathe with the intention of expressing extreme gratitude to the universe for the oxygen, for your breath. You are now mastering filling up places that you thought you had lack with abundance. Ultimate abundance comes from finding it anywhere that you're at. Wow, collective. These are the energies, these are the fears that we're moving out. 3 of Swords, sideways. Ooh, sorrow. Sorrow. When I see this card, I feel like somebody is on their way to laugh again. I feel like somebody needs to watch a movie that cheers them up, listen to a song that's a good vibration, that makes you feel good. Take a shower, do your makeup if you feel like doing that, if it makes you feel good. I see that as that's what this person, collective, needs, but it's also what you're in transition through, as we're always in flow state, and these energies we're always moving through. When we try, I said this earlier, when we try to block or we're resistant to anything, we're stopping the flow of the energy. So simple affirmation that is the most detriment to you, that will be detrimental, is if you say, I don't want to feel this. I don't want this. Because this is this. It is the now. It is the experience and the emotion. It may need to pass. But we always know that change comes. It's the one thing that's constant. It's in flow. It's not resistant. Yeah, it's so much heavy. Oof. 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords. Ace of Wands. And the Wheel. It's the end. It is an ending for some of these energies, right? So anything that was keeping you in your headspace with the Nine of Swords that was telling you, this is hopeless, I can't control this, I can't do what I want, what I need to do, what if this happens? This is a card that's usually full of a lot of what ifs, and normally those things do not happen. And it can be like when we're making something, we're turning it into something more negative than what it's going to be. But this is something that happens very automatically. It's just from, I would say it's probably from the fight or flight programming of, if this is not controlled in a certain way in my life, then how the hell is this going to work out? But trust in the divine plan and the universe always unfolding and giving you what you need and want is not going to say that. It's going to say, even though I know this is still going to happen for me, this type of happiness, this type of energy that you're wanting to go towards. That's what the new energy is asking you to do, is to really trust everything. So persistence is definitely like exhaustion and feeling worn out. Now, you may have energy shifts that make you feel tired for absolutely no reason. And so, just forewarning, it is time to take care of yourself, take care of your body right now. Whoa. The Ace of Wands is bringing in new inspiration, new passionate beginnings. Wow, the Emperor. Almost like a new way to take charge and to a new way of taking action here with the Emperor, right? It's like a new way of taking action. The Emperor makes strategic moves. Master architect of the matrix. The divine matrix. Justice is here. Justice is here. Truth is here. Things are being balanced out. They obviously are in process of being balanced out. And so off balance might be something that is another feeling that we're going to have to flow through. Knight of Swords. Something feels like it's going to change pretty quick when you get the Knight of Swords. The end of delays, focus, determination. It embodies those good qualities, but definitely movement and change. All right, tell me about the hurt at this time that we are, or the heaviness, the pain maybe that we're moving through. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. The choices and decisions right now are very important. The ones that you make in this now moment are very important for you. We can feel with this is the energy of something that we've been working on is not complete to our liking, or not feeling like we're getting the return for the energy invested. But I'm going to say that it's probably because we're no longer working with the same energy that we used to be working with. The energy that's like in charge, you could say, is not probably going to be based on immediate success. It's probably are going to have like miracles thrown in too. Something's growing in a different way. Success is being grown in a different way. Not about results, about the trust and the faith in the journey. Focusing on the why, focusing on your intention, why you're choosing the things that you do is going to be the best way to work with this energy. and your patience is needed through hard times. It's a fast track opportunity to move a lot of fears, doubts. Some people call things karma. I'm going to say more about holding on to energy frequencies that are a little bit more dense, that we're working through fast track, fast track to making ourselves lighter. Okay, so tell me about this patience, and maybe tell me about these two endings with the 9-9, Queen of Swords, sideways. It's truly your decision here to release the past here, 5 of Cups. The past is past emotions, past hurt, past disappointments. And kind of realize that it was on a different program, that it was in a different time. It feels like something that you just don't resonate with anymore. It's time to cut that out. Queen of Swords here. To help you process it, this would be having a clear mind, I think. Being very decisive. Knowing what's for you, what's not for you. But there's a lot of focus here too. Very intelligent, this energy. Thinking smart. And be ready for a rebirth, they're saying. With the 10 of Swords in the reverse, they're saying be ready for a rebirth in your whole experience here. Justice showing out again. Twice you have justice. So balance is coming for you. Harmony, balance, peace. Because that's your truth. So you're being reborn into a time of peace. I think you're going to meet some people on your path. When I see the Hermit in the reverse, I usually see somebody else being on your path or meeting you up on your path. Temperance, patience. Tell me more about the Hermit. If this is a person, tell me about the Hermit. Okay, it might be that need to spend time with yourself, resting and reflecting, because an interesting message is not to overthink something, not to overanalyze something. And allow a rebirth to occur. Just allow it to occur. You're going to have good news coming in. 8 of Wands. It looks like it's connecting the Queen of Swords to the Ace of Wands. So communication for sure coming in. Now we have the 5 of Cups reversed, wanting to come out after we talked about it. So it is about releasing some sadness from the past. Disconnecting, going different ways from people that you were connected to at one time. And at the same time, calling in a partnership or marriage with Libra, a partnership, a marriage, some sort of relationship that is a connection, a soulmate connection for you. I'm seeing the 2 of Cups stand out here. But so it could be parting ways and calling in the right types of people in balance. This looks like something that's still going on with death in the reverse, but you will have a victory over this 6 of Wands, new connections. Allowing, with death in the reverse, I really see like allowing a rebirth to occur. Yeah, allowing a rebirth to occur. Let's do the animal spirit. Playfulness, fun, joy, I love the dragonfly because this is that mental sharpness of that Queen of Swords. The mental clarity, the truth transcending all illusions. It is the master of light, illusion, and the mind. The dragonfly is an ancient ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder and awe. The dragonfly is the symbol of the mind, as it's always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or are they still? Dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. So the dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so that the light of wisdom can shine through. When in balance, sees clearly, joyful, and magical. And then the otter on the bottom is about joyful playfulness too. Yeah. Okay. Stingray, building up your self-confidence and a strong backbone. But at the same time here, really embracing this beautiful, joyful, playful otter energy, playing with life. Okay, 26. You have a desire to succeed. You'll feel accomplished when your work benefits others. Your intuitive awareness of what people want allows you to come up with innovative solutions to meet their needs. 5 is saying I am adaptable because it's acknowledging the changes that you're going through right now and the changes that are occurring in everybody's life right now. And so 222 says trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and action. I am balanced. So being balanced and adaptable and tactful, meaning any kind of plan of yours is going to ultimately, it's probably going to be weaving in caring for others and their highest good also, which we know we start with ourselves. But ultimately, this is saying that you just have a really special way of how you go about finding solutions. Your solution might be the solution for somebody else too, that they needed you to figure out first. You know, you never really know in life. So I'm sending you much love and light. Thanks for joining me. Bye.